Assalamu alaikum. My name is Salim Siddiqui, and thanks for continuing to watch this series on the HotConflict.com website. We are talking about the mysteries of the unseen world. And we are explaining right now the true reality of the other species and races that exist in this universe. Now, we said this series is going to be talking about some of these strange and unseen things, some of the dimensions and realities that are not here in this third dimension of physicality. We are separating between duality, between that which we see in the physical world and that which we don't see, or that which is the unseen world, that which we call in Arabic the ghaib. And we've said, if you understand the fundamentals of faith, that the most important fundamental is La ilaha illallah. There is only one God, and that we're describing the stories of the prophets and how they relate to understand some of the mysteries of the unseen. And today we're continuing on with the importance of the number 12 and the significance in that number in how everything exists. Now, we said that from our earth, if we understand that everything is regulated in patterns of 12, from the hours in our time of day and night, to the months in the year, to the seasons of the zodiac in the sky, and we say that this pattern is not random, and that it is part of the divine plan and decree of the Lord in the perfection of creation of all that is. As we said, qadr, or fate, or destiny, or the divine plan reflects that which the Lord Most High has created in the perfection of all that is. And we said we were trying to understand who are the races, and by that I mean other than the human race, other than the sons of Adam, that existed before the creation of Adam. Because we said that Lucifer, the most enlightened of the other races, the leader of the reptilian race, or the dark ones, well, there you already know that one of the first races, as a matter of fact, the first race to rise up was the reptilian race, and Satan, the most cursed enemy of mankind, as the Lord has warned us, as he warned our father Adam, was the leader who succeeding in conquering the dark forces in the galactic universal war that occurred before the creation of Adam. And when Adam was brought to the court, and the angels of light and all of those who were enlightened in the court of the Lord were ordered to bow down, all of them did except for Lucifer, who refused. And so the war between the dark ones of the other races and mankind began. And then we know that Adam, our father, was tricked in the heavenly kingdoms of this universe and fell, or went from the higher dimension to this third dimension reality of flesh and bone and body and existence, where we have day and night and tiredness and sleep and forgetfulness. And he taught his sons Cain and Abel of the fundamentals of faith, which is that there is a God, angels, jinns, prophets who will be coming with the word. You will be rewarded and punished with heaven and hell after the day of judgment, and all of this is by the plan of your Lord. And so we go back to where we left off in this story. Now, we said that our older brother Abel figured out that there is more going on than we see, and he recognized, if you understand that us as a species, the humans, should be able to tell that at different times in our past, we were allied with different species from the other races. Now, when I say races other than the human race, I am talking about one of the first species being the Reptilians, who were the first to ascend. Lucifer, as we know, ascended to the highest heaven of the skies, but he was not the only race to ascend. Many of the other races ascended as they evolved, as all of the other races have evolved from original animals and processed through evolution throughout this universe to get to higher intelligent beings with intellect and understanding and choice and free will. Lucifer, the reptilian, the winged, royal, horned reptilian leader of the first race, just happens to be one of 12 root races. And if you understand the pattern of 12, then you know from each species of the 12 animal species that then evolved into free will beings with minds and intellect, that there are 12 root races, and from the 12 tribes of each evolving in various forms. They have been depicted in stories of ancients. They have been depicted in the very tales of the zodiac. They have been depicted in many tales of the ancients. Now you can go through some of the tales and start to decipher which races evolved into which higher dimensional beings of smokeless fire and various forms within the different dimensions of our universe. But to go back to our story, it is now important for you to understand that at different times in the history of mankind and at different places in the universe, wherever humans existed, there were different times of alliances and treaties and understandings with different races from the races that exist other than the human race. Now, because you want to understand the truth of this galactic universal struggle that is going on, I take you back to the very beginning of the story of Adam and Eve and the first of the sons of Adam who were tested, and we go back to Cain and Abel. And so you recognize that our eldest brother Abel realized that at that point in time, at that state of the earth, with that pattern in the sky, with that relationship with the universal creation, he, our eldest brother, knew that the appropriate sacrifice that is most pleasing to the Lord was the ram species.